My earliest memory is distinct but slippery. A red station wagon in a street, seen from a balcony. It's slippery because the more I try to focus on the memory, the less certain it becomes. The location of the memory is unknown to me. We owned a red Ford Falcon station wagon when I was very young, and judging by family photos, I was perhaps only 2 or 3 years old at the time. Since the memory seems so unaccountable, so uncertain, I've often wondered if I've imagined it into being. A placeholder image for a real first memory that is now lost to me. Childhood amnesia is the forgetting of pretty much everything that happens to us in the first 3 or 4 years of our lives. Our developing brains overwrite early memories, and what we think of as our earliest memory occurred after the beginning of true pre-adult consciousness. So is the red car a true first memory? I just can't be sure. We know that memory is fallible, that it's unreliable, that it can be influenced and affected by internal and external forces. Yet we maintain the belief that our memories are at the core of who we are. If our brains change as we age, where are memories stored, and are they truly internal, subjective, and intimately personal? Or are they also external? Are they influenced by input from the world, from culture, from images? Sensory memory is fleeting. The buffer memory of raw sensory input, sights, sounds, texture, it lasts only a few seconds at most. Short-term memory temporarily holds the information you're actively thinking about. A phone number, a sentence that you are reading. Short-term memory lasts no more than a few seconds before it deletes itself. Long-term memory is complex. One part is explicit memory, the deep archive of our personal experiences. This is the memory that you consciously recall, the foundation upon which we build a sense of ourselves. An autobiography assembled from fragments. The other part of long-term memory is implicit memory. It's where we store the things we know and can recall without effort. A semantic memory of facts and figures, relationships and meanings. It's unconscious and automatic. It's the procedural memory that reminds you how to do things. Long-term memory is a combination of the conscious and the unconscious, separate but equal systems that together create a sense of the self and of the world. The mapping of memory began with what went wrong: surgical errors, disease patterns, traumatic accidents, and pharmaceutical influences. These conditions and their effects became the natural experiments that revealed memory's anatomical and chemical foundations. Some lose the ability to make new memories, a result of damage to the hippocampus, the brain's encoding center. Others forget their past as trauma or disease disrupts storage networks in the temporal and frontal lobes. In dementia, memory fades slowly, beginning with daily forgetfulness. As disease spreads, the brain's memory circuits from the entorhinal cortex outward steadily shut down. Chronic alcohol abuse can lead to confabulation, vivid false memories, driven by damage to the thalamus and mammillary bodies. Trauma can scatter memory entirely. A blow to the head may erase hours or days, disrupting the brain's frontal and temporal lobes. In extreme psychological stress, the mind itself may disconnect from memory with no visible damage at all. Memory loss isn't one thing, it's many fractures in one fragile network. I always had a good memory. I could recall places and events with great accuracy, memorize scenes and dialogue from movies, lyrics from songs, fragments of poetry. I never got lost, even in the unfamiliar streets of a foreign city. Show me a map and I could memorize it and find my way back to the start. I took memory for granted. Then a few years ago, I began to wake up in the mornings with numb hands. After a series of MRIs, I was diagnosed with a tumor inside my spinal column, in one of the most sensitive parts of the human body and one of the most risky to operate on. I had the surgery, and although considered a success, I was left with a loss of sensation in my right leg and issues with balance. I was put on a series of painkillers, released from hospital, and sent off to physical therapy. Over time, physical sensations returned, but my ability to speak was affected in curious ways. I'd lose words and ideas mid-sentence. Sometimes I would try to use a certain word, but another would come out instead. My short-term memory was affected too, losing things into a vast well of forgetfulness. What I hadn't anticipated were the long-term effects of the pain medication. The chief culprit was this innocuous-looking pill, brand name Lyrica, also known as Pragabalin, an anticonvulsant, analgesic, and anxiolytic amino acid medication. It has 24 listed side effects, among them memory problems, loss of concentration, anxiety, weight gain, and muscle twitching. My doctor told me I needed to get off Lyrica, and so I did. But even now, some years later, I haven't fully regained my short and long-term memory. It feels as if there's a gap in my mind that can't be seen, a black hole hovering there in the middle of my consciousness. I'm trying to reach back from an uncertain present into an even more unknowable past. The fossil record suggests that memory, as we know it today, didn't always exist. Our distant ancestors had just enough memory capacity to navigate the natural world, the dangers within it, and the social behaviours of our species. It was perhaps only 2 million years ago that the neocortex developed in early humans. This is the part of the brain that supports reasoning, language, and complex thinking. There are two main theories about why memory evolved. One is that adaptive memory helped us remember where food was, how to avoid danger, and how to interact with others. The social navigation theory argues that memory evolved to manage relationships. Who helped us, who betrayed us, and who we can trust. But while these theories explain how memory evolved, they don't fully explain why memory can feel so strange to us. There is a kind of external memory. It exists in the fragmented memories we create, the history that fills up our devices and spills out into the cloud. Still and moving images. Some recorded on physical media, but most of it now immaterial, weightless like actual memories themselves. As we sift back through the archive, we might be reminded of certain events, moments, sensations. These types of memories are mysterious. It's almost as if they have a life of their own, long estranged from our normal recollections, reappearing to us like ghosts from the past. When I was a child, my father would have slide nights. These were special occasions for the viewing of the family slides, images that lived in boxes and were rarely seen. It's entirely possible that the image of the red car is something I am remembering from seeing in a slide and then imagining it into a new context. But there is another possibility. We know that memory is fragile, often untrustworthy, open to alteration or revision, and we also know that we can often be reminded of things otherwise completely forgotten because of outside stimulus. We think of ourselves as minds separate from the world, that our memories are inside us, sealed and safe. But if so much of our memory can only be accessed by external triggers, then that suggests a rather profound possibility. And that is, our minds and memories are part of a much larger system of recall, one that connects us to memories that are somehow written into reality itself. Memories might at least be in part things that exist outside us. In much the same way that we understand the existence of dark matter, a phenomena that we can't directly observe but can deduce its existence from the way it affects the fabric of space and time around it. So too is memory, something simultaneously internal and external. Memories are withdrawn, remote, existing in a way that we can't fully understand, perhaps even believing that certain memories are lost to us forever. But then one day they return to us like the light of a distant star.